Welcome to the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, or ARIPO in short. ARIPO is a regional intergovernmental organization that was established 40 years ago by the diplomatic conference that signed the Lusaka Agreement on December 9, 1976, Lusaka, Zambia.
ARIPO current vision is to be Africa's leading intellectual property hub. We adopted as our current mission to foster creativity and innovation for economic growth and development in Africa. This organization was established to pull together resources of its member countries in industrial property matters and now is intellectual property matters in order to avoid duplication of resources.
Upon creation, the organization was known as the Industrial Property Organization for English-speaking Africa, SARIPO. The name was then changed to African Regional Industrial Property Organization following the amendment of the Lusaka Agreement in 1985 to open up the membership of the organization to all African states that are members of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, or the African Union. The name change also embraced the organization's Pan-African outlook, which continues to drive our vision. Acquisition of the copyright and related rights mandate in 2002 has necessitated another change of name to the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, ARIPO, in 2004, which is the current name of the organization. Transformation of the organization has also been captured by the systematic change of our logo and branding over the years. Our current logo embodies the ARIPO vision, mission and values. Since its inception in 1976, ARIPO has grown in its membership from 5 founding member states, namely the Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi and Zambia, to the current 19 member states spread across Africa, which are Botswana, Ghana, the Gambia, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Malawi, Mozambique, Namibia, Rwanda, Sao Tome and Principe, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Sudan, Swaziland, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia and Zimbabwe.
In terms of structure, when the organization was created, 2 organs were established. One was the Secretariat and the second one was the Administrative Council. The structure has evolved throughout the years, and we have now 4 organs. So we have the Secretariat, but we have also the Administrative Council, the Council of Ministers and the Board of Appeal. The highest organ of the organization is the Council of Ministers, which is composed by the government ministries that are responsible for intellectual property matters in their respective countries. The Administrative Council is composed by the heads of the intellectual property office in their respective countries. These organs meet regularly. They meet once every 2 years with regard to the Council of Ministers, and the Administrative Council meets once every year. Then we have the Secretariat. The Secretariat is the organ that is responsible for managing day-to-day operation of the organization, and the Secretariat sits in Harare, in the Republic of Zimbabwe. Now, sometimes there may be some issues related to the decisions that are taken with regard to granting or refusing intellectual property rights. So the Board of Appeal was created with the aim of bringing an impartial and independent decision with regard to the decision that is taken by the Secretariat. So this body only meets when it is necessary to judge those cases when they arise.
Upon creation of the organization, the World Intellectual Property Organization and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa played the role in establishing the interim secretariat for the organization. The interim secretariat was replaced by a permanent secretariat which was established at Sheria House in Nairobi, Kenya, at the kind gesture of the government of Kenya. By the courtesy of the government of Zimbabwe, the organization relocated from Nairobi, Kenya to Harare, Zimbabwe in 1982. It was first housed in Electra House, then moved to Bryanston House, and later moved to the old Stable House until the organization acquired its premises at 11 Natal Road in Belgravia, Harare. In June 2000, in March 2001, the organization moved its premises after 25 years of existence. As the organization continued to grow, it necessitated the current expansion of the headquarters building, which has undergone a vast transformation to a modern structure that is enabling the organization to expand its operations. The ARIPO Secretariat is headed by the Director General, who is the Principal Executive Officer for the organization and is appointed by the Administrative Council. Since 1981 to date, the Secretariat has been headed by 5 Directors General, and these are Justice Jeremiah Herbert Ntabgoba, a national of Uganda, who was the first Director General of ISARIPO, now ARIPO, from 1981 through to 1988. Justice Anderson Ray Zikonda, a national of Zambia, became the second Director General from 1988 to 1996. Mr. Muzondi Haviland Chirambo, a national of Malawi, became the organization's third Director General of ARIPO from 1997 to 2004. Mr. Gift Higgins Sibanda, a national of Zimbabwe, became the fourth Director General of ARIPO from 2004 to 2012. Mr. Fernando Antonio dos Santos, a national of Mozambique, is the fifth and current Director General from 2013 to date.
In the 40 years, the main objective of the organization has been transformed from the harmonization of intellectual property laws of member states to the management of specific intellectual property domains on behalf of the member states. To date, the office manages 6 intellectual property domains, 4 of which have been enacted through various protocols which empower the organization to register intellectual property rights on behalf of the contracting states. Currently, the organization administers 4 protocols, namely the Harare Protocol on the protection of patents and industrial designs, which was adopted in December 1982, the Banyu Protocol for the protection of trademarks, which was adopted in November 1993, the Stockholm Protocol for the protection of traditional knowledge and expressions of folklore, which was adopted in August 2010, and the Arusha Protocol for the protection of new varieties of plants, which was adopted in July 2015. Since the year 2000, the office has been promoting the harmonization and management of copyright and rights in the member states, and a draft roadmap for the protection of geographic indications will be presented to the next Administrative Council for consideration and approval. Since the Harare and Banyu protocols came into force, the organization has realized a steady growth rate in the number of applications lodged.
The fast development in information and communication technology, ICT, has meant that the organization must upgrade its capacity to catch up with the rest of the world. In November 2010, with the support of the Republic of Korea, through the Korean International Cooperation Agency and the World Intellectual Property Organization, the organization began an upgraded modernization of its ICT infrastructure, and on 25 April 2015 a state-of-the-art automated intellectual property administration system known as Polite was inaugurated for IP administration, including online services. With this new ICT infrastructure, Aripo has become one of the few IP offices in Africa that provides online service. The Polite system also has a member states module that has also been successfully rolled out in Zimbabwe and Mozambique, and is targeted at all the member states. The member states module allows online data communication and document exchange between Aripo and the member states. In the area of capacity building, the organization took steps to build the first African Regional Training Center on intellectual property on the premises of its headquarters in Harare, Zimbabwe. The Regional Training Center provides training on matter related to intellectual property, such as intellectual property laws, taking into account specific needs of Africa. Aripo, with its various cooperating partners, undertakes various activities in and with member states towards raising awareness on the role of intellectual property in the growth of business and economies. These activities including exhibitions, training workshops and seminars. Since its inception, Aripo has trained over 5,000 trainees from all the member states of the organization. Aripo, together with WIPO and Africa University, offer a master's program degree in intellectual property. The program is supporting ongoing efforts towards intellectual property development and capacity building in Africa. Since its inception in 2008, the program has produced over 218 graduates across Africa. Aripo works with various cooperating partners at the national, regional and international levels in its activities to promote the development of intellectual property in the member states. To strengthen this cooperation, Aripo has entered into cooperation agreements with several of these partners. These agreements help the organization to deliver greater value to our stakeholders and achieve our objectives through technical and financial support and skills.
In our Value and Growth Strategic Transformation Plan for 2016-2020, we aim to achieve many new milestones through productivity and efficiency improvements across the entire organization, especially in our intellectual property registration procedures, operations, and the education process, while continuously seeking new ways to improve and grow our support services. We are committed to serving our member states and users with the highest standards in terms of IP service